Alright, so I'm going to come back with a little bit of a different video now, as you can see from the title, and I want to talk about just what's happened and the situations and the issues that have arisen, especially here on the platform of YouTube, talking about Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. I had to put it that way because certain people get sensitive and they might think that if I use Deontay Wilder's name first, I'm putting him above Anthony Joshua. Can you believe it, guys? It's gotten to that point. But where did it go wrong? Because I existed in a time in boxing when you had guys from Tijuana, Mexico, Guadalajara, Mexico. You had guys like Johnny Tapia. You had guys like Eric Morales, Marcos Antonio Barrera, Mexican fighters from different regions of Mexico. Yet you had guys on American soil who still rooted for these guys. I rooted for these guys. Those three Mexican fighters. Again, everybody loves Julio Cesar Chavez, and that's good. But those three warriors are some of my favorite in boxing, okay? And that's on record. I'm not Mexican American, all right? I'm African American, all right? So where did it get twisted now where you have UK boxing fans, some UK boxing fans are like, boo, Anthony Joshua. Then you have a segment, and it's like a fracturing of the UK boxing fans who are like, boo, Deontay Wilder, but hey, he's a credible threat. Then you have another segment of UK boxing fans which are, boo, Anthony Joshua, and he's a bum. And it's kind of infected the conversation. Just like you got Deontay Wilder. A segment of Deontay Wilder fans who are logical, make sense, bring up, criticize things he needs to work on. Myself, I've included, I've sat and I've said, listen, the guy needs to work on things. But as far as being an American heavyweight, I am behind him 100%. But then you have a segment of Deontay Wilder fans who are like, no, Deontay Wilder will knock everybody out. He will never lose, and blah, blah, blah. That insane fanaticism that is now crept up, and now you have a beef between that section of Deontay Wilder fans versus the section of the UK boxing fans who are so diehard on Anthony Joshua and think he can do no wrong and he can fight whoever he wants to fight when he wants to fight them, and he's a champion and he needs to work on his skills. It's insane. But when did it get like this? Because when I was growing up watching boxing, it was okay to root for the home team. And just like in America today, we have different tribes. You have American Puerto Ricans. What's wrong with that? They root for Puerto Rican Americans, just like they root for their home people who are from Puerto Rico. There's nothing wrong with that. I grew up in a time where Tito Trinidad used to sell out, and it was a majority, and if not everybody in the arena used to be Puerto Rican or American, and it was okay. And they rooted for him. And they rooted for him against sometimes the American fighter, and it was okay. When did it change? When did people start getting so emotionally wrapped up into fighters, into tribalism? When did the tribalism become something that was wrong? Boxing has been rooted in tribalism. The legendary Burt Sugar said this multiple times. It was okay when you had a heavyweight champion who was from America. And it was okay when you had a contender from the UK and they fought. It was okay. Now it's not. Now everybody wants to get all up in arms. Now everybody wants to sit there and say, well, I don't like you because you're rooting for the American heavyweight. Or I don't like you because you're rooting for the UK heavyweight. You got guys right now in America that I talk to who root for Anthony Joshua. Root for Anthony Joshua. But when I talk to them and when I show them videos and I have them listen to videos of certain people, they sit there and say, oh, I don't want to even get involved in that. You pollute this conversation when you make it such an emotional issue for yourself. And you take away from the achievement of these fighters. Because what we sit here having a conversation about is not what we should be talking about. We should be talking about two young guys who really are lions, who want to fight each other. But no. The conversation has been so twisted. It's become so fractured. I mean, guys are sitting up here arguing about guys' resumes. What resume doesn't align with this guy's resume so he can do whatever the hell he want to do? They can fight. He can fight whenever he wants to fight. That's not how this game works. When will we go back to the golden age of fighting? When motherfuckers who sat there said, you know what? I want what you got. And the guy who had it said, come get it. When did we lose that? Boxing tribalism. I used to be something that I loved, man, because it's like you're going back in the day. You know, like you're sitting on the block and you used to talk shit to your boys. But at the end of the day, we were boys. At the end of the day, we were both rooting for the same game. And that's boxing.